Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, I know you guys already beat it with the dead horse, but I want to talk about this Ratt stuff going on a little bit.
Let's talk about the Ratt stuff. Go ahead. What do you got on your mind?
Okay. When I heard Blotzer was putting this band together, I was like, man, this is going to fucking suck. But those videos, that band is killer. And I would see that band over the real Ratt any day, especially with that set list they're playing. That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, who do they have singing? And I have not seen any of the videos, so I can't attest to this. So who is the singer, and is the singer a Stephen Pearcy knockoff?
I have no idea who the fucking singer is. I think he's from Vegas. But yeah, he definitely can sing like Pearcy. He's a young kid, looks like, but I'm just more impressed with the set list. I mean, all the B-sides, the deep cuts that they play, it's the set that I would want Ratt to play, but they would never, ever play in a million years.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, if that band came around, I'd be one of the 10 people in the audience. But I think it'd be pretty cool to see.
How much would you pay to go see that? What would you pay? What is your top dollar that you would say, that's too much, I'm not going to go?
I would not go for 20.
Okay, so $20 bill.
So you wouldn't see them outside of a club?
Well, come on, they're not going to play outside of a club.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, if they're playing this killer set list, maybe you want to see them play like a 5,000 seater.
Well, I think they could draw 100 people. I really believe that.
Okay, so but figure this out, dude. 100 people at a $20 bill.
Right.
Okay, how much is that?
$2,000.
$2,000. Okay.
Right. And,
well,
I don't know
now follow. No, well, listen to me. So $2,000 paid through the door. Okay.
Okay.
So now you got your staff. You got a back line, because I guarantee you they're not bringing their own equipment. So you got to have a back line. Then you got to pay the overhead for the club, the lighting and, the rent or the mortgage or whatever the club thing is, so on and so forth. So what do you think that a promoter could possibly pay a Bobby Blotzer's Ratt experience and still make a profit?
See, that's the sticky part. But like you were saying earlier, a promoter's going to see Ratt attached to this and be like, "Oh fuck yeah!" He'll probably take a bath on it, but just to see it one time would be kind of cool, because it probably wouldn't be coming through again.
Yeah, but for you as a fan, it'd be kind of cool. But if you were the club owner and had to foot that bill,
right?
What do you think? So you put yourself in a business, put your business hat on. What do you think that you would pay a Bobby Blotzer's Ratt experience to get 100 people through the door?
Well, if I were the promoter and I knew if I knew 100 people were coming through the door, I'd probably be banking on more people coming if I was a promoter. But I'd probably say 2,500. Now, with what we just said, that'd be a $500 loss.
Right. So you'd have to make that up at the bar.
Right. And they'd make that up easy.
Well, you never know, because people aren't drinking that heavy these days with all the laws and everything.
But I don't know. Like I said, I was just really impressed with that set, and I wouldn't mind them seeing get this guy in Ratt and just go out as Ratt, because this kid's good.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have to I have not seen any of it, so I'll have to look it up.
Neeley, I just sent you 2 links.
Okay, well, let me take a look here. Let me see how this pans out. Let's take a look.
Thank you. Who knows the next song on this album? That's what we're gonna fucking play. Come on. This is for you.
Funny thing about that dude, he almost looks like Jizzy with really long hair.
Nice.
Well, I could see, I could see that. That's a good tribute band.
Now, okay, but that has got to be better than you expected. Than when Bobby was putting this together, and like you heard Blotzer putting the band together. To me, that's way better than I expected.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the problem I have with this. Just because it's Bobby Blotzer, the drummer from Ratt, what makes this any different than a Ratt tribute band?
You're right. Well, the difference is obviously that they got a member of Ratt in the band.
A member.
But other than that, right, and probably the least important member.
Exactly.
But you're right.
So that this goes all back to my original question. So you got the least important member of Ratt doing a tribute band, playing your club. You have to sell some tickets. You have to pay your staff. You have to pay your overhead. You have to pay for the back line, So, and then you have to pay the promoter, So what does a Bobby Blotzer's Ratt experience command to play your club?
That's a good question. I don't even know what, say, an LA Guns would command.
Well, I can tell you. I already know the answer.
$1.50?
It's about $3,000.
Okay, well then we'll have to knock Bobby down a little bit.
Yeah,
because
of course you
LA
would.
Guns, we got the singer, so yeah.
But see, here's the thing now. Now Bobby, being that the sole quote unquote original member, in order to get you to that gig, they have to probably fly. Okay, so that means there's a plane ticket for each one of those guys. Then there's a hotel room. Then there's transportation. So if say Bobby got $1,500 for the gig or $2,000, about $1,000 or $1,200 of that is just eaten up in just travel arrangements and whatnot.
Right.
So what's that left at $800 a night?
Yeah, I mean Bobby's going to take the lion's share, but
of course
I think at this point he just wants to get out there and play and let the word build and hope for the best.
Yeah, but see, here's my point. With all those things against you, it's almost pointless to do this.
It's the Blots.
Yeah, well, I'm just going with the dollars and cents and the business behind this.
Right, but he put all this effort into making it happen, so you got to think that he's in it. He's no matter what he's going to get, he's in it. So because he's put all this time and effort, he's got these guys, they've learned all these songs. You would think he would do it, no matter even if it is.
But see, this goes back to this attitude that just because you put the effort into it, you deserve to be rewarded.
And let me just throw in another wrench to this. Let's take the focus off of Bobby for a minute. Let's go to these other guys. How many tours do you think these other guys are going to go and do and not work their jobs and be away from their families for $200 a night or whatever?
Yeah, that's a point. You're right. I can see that.
Would you do that? Would you travel and be fucking locked down for 23 hours a day for $200 a day?
If I was a young punk, yeah. I mean, at this stage of my life.
Yeah, but these guys aren't young. I'm looking at this. Aside from the singer, these guys look like they're probably in their 40s to 50s.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they have to know what they're getting into. I mean, unless they're just totally, I don't know, starstruck with Bobby or whatever, just to be playing with them. So they know what they're getting into, whether it's measly pay, or the road. Because Bobby, he keeps saying he wants to take it on the road, but I don't know if he's going to be able to string together a tour or, like you said, fly-in dates or.
It's expensive, dude. I'm just telling you, it's expensive. And unless you're knocking down $5,000 a night, it's hardly worth doing it.
So you're saying I shouldn't get my hopes up that they're going to tour?
Boy, that's a tough one.
I would say keep watching YouTube, buddy. Keep watching YouTube.
Yeah.
it's just cost prohibitive. I can't imagine somebody taking a bath every night of the week that Blotzer wants to play your club.
Right, but I've been to plenty of shows around this area, and there's a lot of fucking dumb promoters around here who just pay. I don't know what they pay, but they bring in these acts. You think they don't draw, and most of them don't, but they still continue to do it. I don't know how they stay in business.
I don't either. Don't know the answer. Which is why I don't do it. I could have done it years ago, but I had enough experience to know that you'll take a bath on these shows. Sometimes you'll come out on top, but a lot of times you don't. How long have you been listening to the show?
Probably about 8-9 months, maybe.
Okay, well, we did a segment where our friends Red and Jerry were out at a concert in Wisconsin. Remember that, Chris?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they were closing that thing down before the second act went on. They had 5 bands that night, and I think Firehouse was playing, and I think LA Guns, and who else was there, Chris? And and the thing is that they got maybe 200 people through the door, and they were expecting like 1,800 or 2,500 or something.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't even have the money, so they just started shutting the show down halfway through the show because the guy didn't have the money to pay.
It's crazy.
It was called the Wisconsin debacle or something like that.
Yeah, it was. It was something terrible.
It was horrible. So this guy had a big venue. He had all the seating and the back line and the stage and the big tent and all that kind of crap. And, he didn't get the draw that he thought he was going to get. And he didn't have the money to pay the guys. And everybody just like, fuck that. We're not playing this show.
Right.
So it's a tough business. And I appreciate your enthusiasm for, what people are trying to bring you, but just because you put it together and you try hard doesn't mean you're going to automatically be rewarded, because that's not the case.
Well, right. And, if I'm going to spend my money, because I've seen Piercy lately, when I say lately, within the last year or so, and between those two, I would spend my money on the Blotzer band just because it looks like they got their shit together. But you're right. But Piercy's the name. He's going to get the bigger draw, of course, but I will.
So who are you and where are you calling from?
This is Ryan from Dayton.
Okay. Were you at the Dawkins show at JD Legends?
I was, and man, I tweeted you to come out and hang out with the Minions, and man, you and Dawkins, you guys are tight.
Did you see me on the side of the stage?
Well, no, I saw you on the side of the stage. I saw you towards the end run across the stage.
Yeah.
But, that was... so, okay, on that crowd, what do you think of that crowd for that show?
Well, I hate to sound like I'm being condescending, but that was a very hick crowd.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about numbers-wise.
Oh, numbers-wise, it was okay. I mean, people wanted to come out and have a good time and, whatnot, but I was too busy keeping Don from punching people and,
Apparently you didn't do a good job of that.
Yeah, because one slipped through and Don just unleashed and punched some lady in the face.
Oh, shit, Don. Fuck. But yeah, when you brought up that whole debacle of, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, you were saying that Don was a little concerned about because his use of language on stage.
Well, the owner did. He came to me. You got to go out there and tell him he can't use fuck.
Right, but I remember you saying that he only said the word fuck like once.
Once.
He said it quite a few times.
He said I'd like to. He's like I'd like to continue singing with you if they could get my fucking sound right.
Oh man!
But
overall, when I go to a Dawkins show, I know what to expect.
But if you watch Don, he went to that soundboard at least a half a dozen times trying to get that guy dialed in, and he just lost it. And it's just like, you know what? This is ridiculous. And
Right.
he just lost his temper. He's just like, fuck, I'd love to play more songs, but this guy can't get my fucking sound right. He's blowing his ears out. He's blowing the stage monitors out. I mean, I was on stage. I could hear it. It was horrible.
Right.
So people can have their own objective opinion, but I was on the stage. I could hear it. Trust me.
No, I believe you. I mean, I do. I mean, because there's no reason for Don to make that shit up. I mean, you know, people say he's covering for his vocal range nowadays. He doesn't. You know, there's no point in doing that.
Right.
He's accepted that. You know, when I go to a Dawkins show, I know what I'm going to get. It's not going to be Dawkins of '84. I mean, I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with it. You know, so.
Well, you got to admit, John Levin smokes on guitar, though.
That dude is a bad motherfucker.
He is.
And Mick Brown, after every song, and the crowd goes wild.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's funny. So, you know.
All right, Ryan. Anything else?
Yeah, I do have one more question for you.
All right.
If you were a cookie, what kind would you be?
A cookie?
I'd be a no-bake. That's just me.
I would be a chocolate chip.
All right. See? Easy. What about you, Chris?
I'd have to be an Oreo so I could be in between two blacks.
And what is the impetus behind a question like that, Ryan?
Dude, you know, I don't know. I got young kids, and I'm always fucking with them, so I thought I'd fuck with you guys a little bit.
Oh.
That's about it.
All right.
It's as simple as that.
All right.
All right. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job!
Nice.
Holy cow.
Wow. There he goes. We've got some real fans tonight.
No kidding. Bunch of new ones tonight.
Yeah, like it.
How about that?
I like people who are brave enough to call in.
Yeah, I like learning that there's others than the three that call 14 times a show.
Right.
That's good.
It is good. I liked it. This guy's had something to say.
Yeah.
All right.